There's so many cool things to do. And besides the cool things to do, there's a lot of cool people in the Philippines. And that's kind of what makes the Philippines so special is the people. But a lot of people gravitate and they visit the Philippines as foreigners from all countries. It could be Asia, Europe, America. It doesn't really matter because the Philippines is kind of a neutral country. They try to entertain all countries, which is good because they want the good people to come in and visit and enjoy these beautiful beaches and just enjoy life in the Philippines. It's really cool. And if you like want to stay busy, there's lots of things to do. So people sometimes think like, what do I do in the Philippines? Like, what is there to do? There's lots of things to do in the Philippines. It just matters like what you want to do. And there's lots of things. There's lots of beaches. There's lots of water sports at the beaches. There's scuba diving. These people are kayaking over here. And over here, there's a bunch of water sports going on way out there. And there's lots of nice places. There's lots of nice mountains in the Philippines. The only thing the Philippines doesn't have is two things. It doesn't have snow and it doesn't have a desert. There's no desert in the Philippines, which is okay. That means there's no like tumbleweeds either. So it's cool. And you know, the Philippines is a warm climate too. It's 10 degrees off the equator. So it's really warm in the Philippines. So if you don't like warm weather, you might not like the Philippines. But we're entering the summer months right now. We've kind of had a little bit of a cool year coming into the summer. But I think yesterday the sun broke out and it looks like we're going to start having good weather. Although today's a little overcast, but it's becoming summertime. And it does get really hot in the Philippines in the summer. But April is really a fun month in the Philippines. It's really cool in April. There's a lot of things to do. And then May becomes very hot. It is hot in May. Very hot. Very hot in May. So that's a month. And then June kind of becomes a little warm too, but May is really kind of like been one of the hot months. But you know, like the weather pattern has changed. So what the weather was last year, maybe not the weather this year. So we're not sure exactly what's happening. It seems like the weather is changing all around the world. And my hometown is California, where I'm originally from. And my baseball team I grew up with was the Angels. So I'm wearing an Angels shirt. And Otani, he's a Dodger now from Japan, Asian. And he's one of the star players in the league. But we're here on a beautiful day in the Philippines, and it's really nice. We're at the ocean, chilling, just enjoying life. And we're going to go to the store and buy some food and stuff after this. But it's a beautiful day. It's a little overcast, but it's okay because, you know, it's nice out. And I'm not swimming today. I'm not swimming. I like to swim when the sun's really hot. Like, it's really, really hot. It's really nice. But it's just a gorgeous day in the Philippines. And the people, like I mentioned, are really nice. And it's just a friendly, cool country, the Philippines. That's what makes it so special, is the people. And if you don't have nice people, it doesn't really make a nice place at all. But where I'm from in California, there's nice people, but there's a lot of people that aren't so nice. And I remember when I was there with my business years ago, like people, a lot of people were unfriendly, even my neighbors. They were just, some were okay, but then some were really jerks. But in the Philippines, you typically have a lot of nice people in the Philippines. And, you know, not everyone's perfect. So you have bad apples on every tree, but most of the people are really good and friendly. So it's really a nice country to come and hang out and visit and chill. And you know, the Filipino people, they don't like make trouble. Even like on my blogs, the Philippine people don't like say bad words and make attitudes and stuff. The people just are generally cool. And the Philippines is a Christian country, and the people are kind of religious, and they believe in like kindness. And that's kind of the way it should be everywhere in the world. You know, people should respect other people and be kind and be good and not misbehave and be rude and just be jerks. But the people typically are not like that here in the Philippines. So that's good. Very good. And they have beautiful coconut trees in the Philippines. It's really nice. The climate's warm, but I've never been hit in the head with a coconut. So I don't want to ever get hit in the head with a coconut. But there's a lot of coconuts in these trees. I see them right up here. And they're really good. And the vendors come around these beaches and sell you a coconut. They go to the trees, and these guys, they really climb the trees well. And then they cut the coconuts down, and then they go around and selling the coconuts for like 50 pesos or $1. And we got some people over here taking pictures, and people just kind of are happy in the Philippines. And that's like why it's more fun in the Philippines, is because the people just enjoy life. You know, Filipinos have a hard life. You know, they work hard and they have a hard life. Hello, my friend, how are you? And they have a hard life in the Philippines. And most Filipinos I know, you know, struggle, and it's difficult. And life is not easy. But somehow or another, the Philippine people, they managed to muster up the strength and the courage to carry on and to smile in the face of disaster or hard times. And that's what's cool, is that the people are nice. And people say to me, like, why are you always being so nice to the Filipino people? And why do you always promote the Philippines? And one person, he made a comment on my channel like a day or two ago, like, you must get paid by the Philippines to be so nice. And I say, no. I told him I've been here on and off, mostly on, 17 years. And I got a chance to appreciate the great country of the Philippines and the people. And I'm not just like one of those guys who have been here for like 2 days and then they say, oh, the Philippines is so great and stuff. I didn't do that, because I see through years and years of experience and life how nice the Philippine people are. So I told the guy, no, I'm not here like getting paid. I don't get paid a centavo or penny. I just do it because I love to do it. And I believe that the Philippines is a great country. The people are good. And if I didn't believe that, I definitely would not be saying that. And because I don't really make money doing this. I just do it for fun and to share with my friends back home, and just enjoy life and give me a hobby. You know, as we get older and older, we want to keep busy and do things. And nobody wants to like sit in a rocking chair. So I ride motorcycles, I travel, I do some shows, and I have over 10,000 subscribers. Thank you very much for subscribing. So that's really cool. And I'm almost to 4 million videos watched. So just that far. So that's really cool. I never dreamt of getting 1 million videos. So life is good and it's fun. You know, like a guy told me last week that he asked me, like, do you do the blogging? And I go, yeah, I do blogging. And I told him, I just do it for fun. Like, I'm not really like trying to make any money out of it, or I'm not trying to do it like that, trying to get rich. I just do it like because I love to do it, and it's a hobby, and it's a lot of fun, and I don't make any money doing it. In fact, I lose money doing it. So, but it's fun, you know, that's called a hobby when you enjoy it. And the guy told me, like, that's the best way to do it, is just not like trying to make lots of money and stuff like that. Just trying to enjoy your life and sharing life with others. And that's kind of why I started it. Like it's been like 10 years. Hi, bud. Is that, you know, I just did it for fun and like to show my friends back home like how beautiful, how gorgeous the Philippines is. And then during the pandemic, I kind of like got into it more because I didn't want to stay home all the time. And they said, stay home and smell the chemicals and get sick. I'm like, no, I don't want to stay home and smell the chemicals and get sick. I want to be in the nature. So during the pandemic, I was out in the nature a lot and I never got sick. I never got COVID or nothing like that. And I had fresh air and I didn't get sick like smelling chemicals in my house. And that's kind of when I started really blogging more, is during the pandemic. Because before that, I was just kind of like doing it like farting around for fun. But now I kind of do it because I really love it. And I started doing it during that time. So how are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. It's Sunday in the Philippines, and it's a beautiful day. Nice day. It's not hot. It's not cold. It's just perfect. And I've just enjoyed my life, you know, like seeing different places, because the Philippines has so much beauty. And that's kind of what makes it so much fun to like blog in the Philippines, is that there's so many gorgeous like places to see and so many nice people. And, you know, it makes it fun. Now in my home in California, I visited there a couple years ago and it was fun. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it was kind of like a little bit on the boring side because everybody was working. There was nobody really to talk to. And life was just different. You know, it's like you're in the Matrix when you're in California. Why? Because it's so expensive to like live in California. And everyone, in order to survive, is working their butt off to like pay the bills. And it's not really a fun life when you're just like working to survive in the Matrix. But in the Philippines, it's a different lifestyle. You know, the people just are enjoying their life in the Philippines. They're slowed down a little bit. You know, life is not as fast in the Philippines. But that is good for your health, because if you move too fast and then you're eating the junk foods like they have, the good junk foods they have in America. I love those foods, but hello, hi dear. And they're really unhealthy. And, you know, that doesn't help your life when you start eating bad foods and you start filling your body with poisonous chemicals. But in the Philippines, there's a lot of those things too. But at the same time, there's a lot of natural fruits, coconuts. There's a lot of natural foods that I've enjoyed eating. And it's really made my life a lot healthier in the Philippines. So it's been kind of cool. And that's the health reason is really important, because life is so like, it's so short and it's so, it's very shaky as far as like 1 minute you could be here and the next minute you could be there. So, you know, it can change in a blink. I injured my foot 6 years ago and I was having a great time. And then all of a sudden I was in the hospital and life changed. I couldn't walk and it was terrible. So life can be up 1 minute and down the next minute. So always enjoy your life as much as possible and have a good attitude, because life is short and life is precious and life does not last forever. And that's why I like being in the Philippines, is because a lot of people are yelling like right behind me and people are just enjoying their life. And it's cool. And all that stuff together can make a healthier life, and it can increase your lifespan, can increase the years of your life. You know, being at the beach, walking in the sand, feeling the earth, being grounded to that earth. It is good for your body wherever you're at. If you're anywhere in the world, take your shoes off, go walk in the dirt, go walk like at the beach or anywhere. Go to the desert if it's not too hot and walk. And just ground yourself with the earth. And being next to the beach, the doctors say, is really one of the most healthiest places in the world to be. So the Philippines has all that. It has beaches, it has oceans, fresh air, and it has good foods, has nice people. You know, there's so many good things about the Philippines. That's why I'm so pro-Filipino, is because I experienced it for many years, and I'm not like joking about it. So, and I can really say that like with honesty how good life is in the Philippines, and how important it is to like enjoy each day, stay healthy. You know, I I don't drink alcohol anymore. I once in a while I sipped it years ago, but I just stopped it, and my health has got so much better. And I remember when I had like I used to like just have like maybe a Tandoy ice once in a while, once every 2 or 3 or 4 weeks. And then I got gout in my foot and I couldn't walk for like a month. And I'm like, what is this? And then it's like acid. That's acid that grows, and because of alcohol and stuff. But I wasn't really drinking much alcohol, and it was like a long time that I couldn't walk. And then I studied like why can't I walk, and I realized that the acid and like alcohol and stuff, it created this gout in my foot. And my worker used to like massage my feet every night for like 2 hours, 3 hours to try to get the feet to work again. So I never drank alcohol after that. That was several years ago. And I never got gout back again, by the way. Never come back. And I just have a really healthy life. I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't use any drugs except for medicine if I get injured or sick. But I don't take like weird stuff. And I don't like to mark myself with tattoos. I know a lot of people, especially in America, have tattoos. And I studied the ink, the causes of what the ink does to the body. And for my body, I decided that it's better to keep it clean and not do things to harm my body. And even anyway, and I have a friend, like an old friend in school, that he just died suddenly about 5 or 6 years ago. And his whole body was covered with ink. And the doctors said he was in good health, basically, because he had gone to the doctors. And then suddenly he just like passed away, and he wasn't very old. So I don't know if it was the ink or what, but I mean, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that if you fill your body with stuff, whether it's alcohol, cigarettes, ink, anything, things can happen. You have a better chance of survival if you live a clean life. But people are just walking by here, drinking drinks, enjoying their life, and it's just a good life. So that's why you need to stay healthy and like prolong that time you have on earth, because it's such a great life. And being in the Philippines is really a great life. These ladies right here are all drinking drinks. They walk by me. But yeah, it's just a good life in the Philippines. How's everybody doing today? Good? I hope you're doing well. It's a Sunday. Then the sun is trying to crack out of the clouds. Yesterday we had a nice day, it was really sunny. And today it started off a little overcast, but the sun is coming out. Summer is coming, and you could feel the weather just become warm now. So that's really good. We like the warm weather. And of course, being near the equator, 10 degrees off the equator, it gets hot. But if you like warm weather, like I liked Hawaii, and I used to go to Hawaii all the time. So I got used to like the tropical weather when I was in Hawaii. And we had like a condo timeshare, and then I visited there just for the weekend. I'd fly from California to like Hawaii when I had my business in California before I retired and got out of the matrix. I used to love it though. And then when I discovered the Philippines, it was very similar to Hawaii, but a lot less expensive. And you can live like a lot better in the Philippines. The dollar's very strong. The dollar's pushing 60 pesos. It's not